Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's Natalie here for another business video. First of all, if you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button down below for videos about faith, entrepreneurship, lifestyle, and so much more. So today, as you can tell from the title, we're going to be talking all about email marketing. Woo! So if you're interested to learn more about how to market using emails, let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so I'm going to come to you guys real straight and to the point. I can talk about this subject all day long, but I'm going to give you guys some short tips on how to increase your sales and market your business online using email marketing. So first of all, email marketing is probably one of the first types of marketing. Before there was social media, at the beginning of the internet, there was emails. And so emails is an old practice. It's not new for how to market your business. However, I do believe a lot of new business owners kind of like stray away from this good marketing skill. So to use email marketing, there are a lot of different services. I use MailChimp. This is not sponsored. I just use MailChimp for all of my email marketing needs. And email marketing is extremely important. It's kind of like the saying that, like, let's say that social media is like the dinner party, and then email marketing is kind of like coffee, going out for coffee afterwards, right? It's a more intimate way to get to know your audience. It's a more intimate way to get your product in front of your audience. On social media, we have the algorithms that are always changing. We have things that are never the same, and we're constantly trying to fight for our audience's attention, whereas with emails, we have direct access to our audience. We have direct access to their phones, to their computers, wherever they are, we have access to them. My thing about email marketing is when I send an email, I can almost always guarantee a sale. And I'm going to give you some tips today on how to make sure you can do that as well in your business. So first things first, as you are building your business, you want to establish some type of way for your customer to give you their email. So I'm going to talk about before you launch and then while you're launched. So if you already have a business, just stay tuned. But if you don't have a business yet, I want to give you some pointers. So before you launch a product, a course, your business, anything, you kind of want to make what we call a landing page. And I'll put one right here. If you use Shopify, then it's called your password protected page. However, you want to utilize this. This basically is telling your customers, hey, we're coming soon, but before we launch, enter your email here for more access, right? So you're giving your audience a way to automatically give you their email. Now, essentially, you typically are able to get more emails when you give them some type of incentive. So an incentive can be a 10% discount. It can be exclusive access to new arrivals. It can be a free PDF download. It just depends on your business. But usually, universally, a small discount for new subscribers is a good way to obtain emails in the beginning. So I utilize this practice in the beginning of building my business, and even now as I'm running my business. On my website, if you go to my website, I'll put it here. You'll get like a link scoot over so y'all can see it. I'll put it here. You'll see a pop-up, right? And most of us have pop-ups on our site. If not, you want to set that up to where you're offering your audience a discount or a free gift for subscribing to your email list. And a rule of thumb about this pop-up is you don't want it to pop up immediately, okay? You want to kind of give your audience some time to kind of browse your website. So I typically like to put the trigger for that pop-up at about 15 to 30 seconds within my website, meaning a viewer would be on my website for about 15 seconds, or they scroll down about 25% of the way in my website, and then they'll see the pop-up. If it pops up immediately, then they will be hesitant to like go ahead and just click X immediately because they haven't even seen your website yet. So as you are building your website, it's really important that you set the trigger to be about 15 seconds in or more. And so when it comes to email marketing, I set this up with MailChimp, like I said before, and it's really important that you guys utilize this and you utilize it frequently. So your very first email to your customer, this is not really talked about, but your very first email to anybody on your email list is extremely important. So kind of like how social media has an algorithm, emails also tend to have an algorithm. Emails are really good, or they tend to try to be very good at placing junk mail into a person's spam folder. So your first email to your client or your customer is extremely important. You want to make sure that the subject line of that email is extremely captivating. So if you promise them a 15% off discount, that subject should say, here is your 15% off discount in all caps, and telling them to open the email. The reason being is if they don't open that first email, after that, if they continue to not open your emails will go to their spam folder and they will never see your emails. So this is why I like to provide a 15% off discount, because customers are going to be looking for that discount to use it on a product. So that means that they're going to look for me, meaning that if my first email did go to their spam but they open it, my next one should not go to their spam. It's kind of like how the email algorithm works. And I know this because I've tested it out with some of my other emails. I've sent myself emails through MailChimp, some that I've opened, some that I haven't opened, and I've seen the process of some of them going to my spam and then some of them going to my focused inbox. So it's really important that that first email is captivating. The subject line is so important, you guys. Think about yourself. When you're getting emails in your phone, you're kind of scrolling down to see like which one is actually reasonable enough or valuable enough for you to actually open, right? So when you're sending out an email, it needs to hold value. So if you are a new, aspiring, or current boutique owner, I have an event coming up that's going to really help you. Check the links down below if you want to learn more content like this and really learn how to make more sales and increase your income in your online business. And of course, even if your email holds value, I'm sure that you're not writing mumbo jumbo in an email. But what's most important, number one, is your subject line. That subject line is extremely important. If you can, use emojis. Most of us are opening emails on our cellular devices. So you want to make sure that you're using emojis that will catch your audience's eye. Something else about the subject line is using important keywords. Like, why did your audience sign up for your email list? Was it for your online boutique? Was it for sales and discounts? Whatever they signed up for your email list for, you want to use those keywords in your subject line. If your subject line does not relate to the reason why they signed up for your email list, they're going to do one of two things. They're either not going to open the email at all, or they're going to open it for the sole purpose of marking it as spam or unsubscribing from your email list, right? So you want to make sure that what you're sending is related. And yes, I want you to be captivating in your subject lines, but use keywords that they're actually going to be looking for. Okay, that's extremely important. So your subject line is number one. So important. What you write in there is life or death for your email subscribers. Are they going to open your email or are they not? Okay, so that's number one, is your subject line. After that, when you're constructing your email, it's so important that you have call to actions all throughout your email. Okay, you need to have call to actions all throughout your email. And so when it comes to call to actions, that means like a button that says click here to buy, or a button that says sign up here, or a button that says hurry up and use your discount now. Just a button that they can click on, so they're easily able to do what it is that you intend for them to do. Also, my rule of thumb is if you're selling some type of product, whether that is clothes, hair, accessories, shoes, or whatever you are selling that is a product, you want to always include a picture of that product in your email. Non-negotiable. We are very visual people. We don't want to read paragraphs and paragraphs. We're going to immediately scan to a picture and decide if we want to see furthermore what you're talking about. Okay, you are selling yourself to your subscriber. You want them to take your intended action, whether that is to visit your website, to purchase a product, to download whatever it is. You want them to take action, right? And so you want to include as many pictures as possible and less words. So your pictures are also call to actions, because if you're using MailChimp or a lot of other services, you're able to make your picture clickable, meaning that when you have your picture there, they can actually click on it and go directly to that product on your website. Everything in your email should be clickable, because let's say I see these earrings and I want to buy them. When I see them, my first thought is to just click on it and hopefully be able to just buy them immediately. You want to make it a very easy experience for your customer to be able to just buy from you immediately. Okay, so after you have your subject, you want to put as many call to actions as possible, and you want to put them throughout your email. In the very beginning, like that first picture of your product is clickable. That's a call to action. You want to have links that go to your thing. So let's say you type the words, I'm having a new fall arrival sale. I would make the words fall arrival sale a hyperlink that clicks to your website. And then you want to have a clear button that says click here to, or buy now, or shop now, so that it's very clear what you want your audience to do. You really have to tell your audience what to do. If not, they'll just kind of exit out and go about their day. What is it that you want them to do in your email? Tell them and make it clear and plain and easy, okay? Easy and simplicity is key. Okay, all right. So number 2 is call to actions. After you have your call to actions, I'm gonna kind of tell you guys how I usually format my email, because this is really important. Listen, y'all, less is more. Okay, now it of course depends on your audience. If you have like a blog or a podcast or something that you're giving valuable information, then of course your audience is going to be prepared to read a lot of words. If you're selling a product, they don't want to read really any words at all. Get to the point and go. So I have 2 different businesses, right? I have a product-based business and a service-based business. So my service-based business, I'm writing like a blog style email for my subscribers to give them as much value and content as possible. But in my boutique and my product-based business, I put 1 to 2 sentences maximum in my email. Okay, what I focus on is the visuals. So I will go to canva.com and I will create a graphic that I can put my words on that picture, because less is more when it comes to words. You want to focus more on the pictures, less on the words. So I typically would have my logo at the top, then here I would have a picture of the product that I want to sell. Underneath that, I will have 2 to 3 sentences. That's optional. You don't have to put anything at all. And in those sentences, I will just kind of explain what the email is about. Fall arrivals, shop now, use this for a discount code. Simple. And underneath that, I will have a button for them to click and shop on. And that's really how I format all of my product-based business emails. If it's going to be something like a collection that's dropping, then I may include like 2 or 3 pictures. If it's a huge sale, I would then include 2 or 3 pictures. But if it's like a new arrival or you want them to use a discount, then I would just use 1 or 2 pictures as a graphic that has words on it. That'll be really helpful for your audience. Okay, so that's kind of what I focus on when it comes to the layout of my emails, and they pretty much all look the same. When it comes to how frequently you should be sending these emails, I would send them out as often as you can. I don't think there's ever too many emails being sent out. Think about Bath and Body Works and all your other favorite stores, right? We get emails from them almost daily when they're having a huge promotion, maybe multiple times a day. So I kind of see that the same way for my business. You know, I might send out emails once a week or every other week, but I definitely try to send it out as often as possible, because I want to stay frequent with my email list. Now, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I fall off from emails and it shows, but you definitely want to do it as frequently as possible. But you want to make sure you're providing value. So if you don't have anything new going on, then maybe you have nothing to email about. But if you have a new sale or a new product, you definitely want to talk about that in your email and send out those emails frequently. But when it comes to email marketing, something that's extremely important is actually getting your email list to open your emails. So we talked about earlier that the subject line is extremely important with getting them to actually open your emails. Another thing that's really important to get them to open your email is the time of day that you're actually sending that email. Now, this is going to take some trial and error on your part, but I'll kind of give you some tips of what worked for me. So with my email audience for my boutique, in the beginning, I really didn't know when was the best time to send out emails. So on MailChimp, you're able to look at the analytics, and I'll try to put it right here. And it shows the time of day that your emails have been open and how many emails were open at that time. And so as I was sending out my emails in the very beginning, I realized that at 8 a.m., 7 a.m., I was getting the most amount of email opens. And I kind of assumed that it's like my audience is getting up to go to work. And as they're getting up to go to work, they're kind of scrolling on their phone before they get out of bed. And they happen to see my emails then. And they happen to click on and shop with that email then. So not only did I see the most amount of email opens at that time, but I also saw the most amount of orders from my email at that time, because they're kind of chilling, they have time to scroll and shop, right? So I get a lot of email opens at 7 and 8 a.m, also at 12 p.m, and maybe at like 7 p.m. So those are the times that I really see my emails being opened the most for my audience. So me being a wise business owner, I now send my emails out around that time, either early morning, at lunch, or after dinner time. And that's what my audience prefers, and that's when I see the most engagement from them, and I know that through trial and error. So I want you guys to try out over the next couple of weeks sending out emails at different times, and you can check and see when did you get the most email opens or even link clicks inside of your emails, depending on the time of day that it was. Okay, so try that out. That's extremely important. Now, to actually get email subscribers, so we talked about having a pop-up on your website. That's extremely easy to implement, but I have Shopify, and I use an app called Privy, P-R-I-V-Y, in the Shopify store, the Shopify app store, to help me have pop-ups on my website. So I use Privy. It's amazing. Some themes in Shopify allow for email pop-ups, and some themes don't. So if you're themed, and you can figure that out when you go under theme settings when you're editing your online store. If you can't figure out if your theme can or cannot enable email pop-ups, then just download the Privy app, and it's extremely easy to use. I would check that out for email marketing. Now, besides that, you need to actually get people to go to your site to sign up for your emails. So getting email signups does not have to be a difficult process at all. All you really have to do is ask people to sign up, right? So go to your social media, go to your text messages, go to your Facebook messages, and just say something that is going to appeal to your target audience. Like, hey, do you want to be notified when I launch this new arrival? Or hey, do you want to get a discount on my new arrival? If so, just give me your email. And really like that, you can just sign them up for your email list yourself. Okay, so those are all the tips that I have for today, you guys, about email marketing. Hopefully this was a helpful video for you guys as you're starting to increase revenue and sales and income in your business. If you have more questions about this topic, leave them down below. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, you guys.